Um, you kind of want to be aware of your currency correlations. You don't want to be trading two pairs and their currencies correlate and you're long in one position and short in the other. If you're trading two pairs that correlate, you want to make sure that you're either long in both positions or you're short in both positions. Because, for instance, pound yen and USD yen right here, they correlate very, 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 very strongly. So, 9 times out of 10, this chart is going to look just like USD yen. As a matter of fact, I'm in on both trades. I'm going to pull this one over. You can see the resemblance. I mean, look at the strong buying pressure and then the consolidation. Look at the strong buying pressure and then the consolidation. And so we're locking in profits here. You know, we're 25 pips on USD yen and we're at 73 pips on pound yen. So total, we're looking at we're looking at a little, we're looking at over 100 pips right now. So always be aware. And this thing is, wow, look at this thing. This thing is moving. It just went down to almost like 90 something pips. So that's great news for me. Um, and which is also why I like trading live, so you guys can actually see where I'm at with these trades. These are no jokes. And right now it's good, but there are also days where this thing might be going in the other direction and you're kind of like, oh man. So um we'll see where it goes. We'll sit on it for maybe another day. It may just take a few more hours to hit that. I do know that there's important news coming up about the pound. I think there's a rate decision coming up. Let me check just to be sure. I think tomorrow. Yeah, tomorrow there's a rate decision coming up, and it seems as if the rate is going to drop. So right now it's at 50. Right now it's at 50%. It's looking like it's going to go down to 25%, a quarter. That can cause this thing to really drop some. So yeah, that can cause that thing to drop. So I'll be paying very close attention to that. Um, that could cause it to hit my target. If hopefully nothing, reverses or retraces and makes it hit my stop, which I doubt. I really don't see any important news coming out about the pound or the yen that could really send it in the opposite direction. So I think we're sitting pretty right now. But we'll see. You never know. One thing about the markets is you cannot predict it. Just because that rate decision looks like it's going to go down, um, does not necessarily mean that this is going to drop. Um, Chances are it will, but it doesn't guarantee that it will. You always have to keep in mind what's going on in the news in your currency correlations. So right now we're going to sit on this. I am in the USD yen trade as well. I'll do that video maybe later on tonight or tomorrow. But right now, I just wanted to hop into this live trade and kind of go from there and let you guys know what was going on and a little bit about my strategy. Like I said, price movement, price action, where I'm just trading off of strong resistance, strong support, going back, looking left, looking at previous patterns, seeing how many times support is tested, seeing how many times resistance is tested, and that gives me an idea as to where I want to set my entry point and where I want to set my stop and where I want to set my limits. Always, always, always set your stops. Always set stops. My number one rule is always to protect your capital. I never risk any more than 1.5 to 2% of my total capital. And that also plays a huge factor into where I set my stops, into where I set my limits. Well, not so much my limits, but where I set my stops in accordance to where I enter a trade. So I'm going to keep my eye on this one. I'm not going to take up too much of your time. It's pretty straightforward. You don't really have to go into too much depth into this strategy. Like I said, it's very, very straightforward. But I'm not going to go all the way into it. There are some things that require a little bit of skill and dedication. For that, you would have to purchase my strategy. I mean, I'm not just going to totally give it out there for free. I am here to help. That's why I have these videos out. So you can comment, like, you can email me as well, or, follow me on Instagram at the residual group EST, or the residual group underscore EST 2016. That's THERESIDUALGROUP underscore EST 2016. Once again, my name is John, and I'm with the residual group. You guys continue to have a good day, a good morning, and good trading.